Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I am in my bed. I am freezing cold. It's cold, but it's going to be warm today, which is crazy. I literally, literally stayed up most of the night to just get this understanding. And the first thing God wanted me to do was go to the originators of love, Adam and Eve, start with them first. So I did some researching around, and I just wanted to kind of know where to start. And Time Magazine had an awesome article. Bruce, I want to say his name is Feiler, and he wrote an article this year, actually, August 2nd. And it was titled, What Adam and Eve Can Teach Us About Love. Nice thought. And this article was mainly more on the psychology part of Adam and Eve, not so much the spiritual side. So God kind of wanted me to kind of coexist, which psychology is of the mind. And I always say the mind is of the flesh, which is the easiest way that Satan can come in, because he cannot come into your heart. He comes in through your mind. And in my research with this article, it was very, very, I have notes. So if y'all see me looking around, it's because I'm looking at my notes. The article was actually pretty interesting. I'll have a hashed description and everything underneath so you guys can get and read it for yourself and kind of get it from your own perspective. But how it started was Adam and Eve were the first to grapple. And I was like, what the hell is grapple? Like Grapple, grapple. And basically, it's an a hand-to-hand struggle, locked in a desperate grapple, kind of a control thing. Successfully and unsuccessfully, as they were saying, you have that power control act. And he kind of broke it down into three solutions. Well, 3 points. Let me say not solutions. He broke it down into 3 points. One was the power of connectivity. And with this one, I kind of understood it. Basically, it was them not wanting to be alone. And as we know, based on scripture, which I'll go to in my second part of this, God didn't want Adam to be alone. So he added that a Grant study concluded that happiness is love, which is, you can, agree with that. Happiness definitely much so is in love. Because when you love and you're in love, you're happy as hell. What does it say? They had many challenges, which as every couple, every relationship do. And they wrestle with pain. They wrestle with disappointment. They wrestle with suffering. From Adam and Eve, from them eating the apple to their son killing their other son, Cain killing Abel, to getting kicked out the garden due to their disobedience. Like, they literally went through holy hell as a couple. When you think about that, they literally went through holy hell. Many of us can conclude that. I am one that can conclude that. And excuse my appearance. Yes, I'm in the bed and it's cold. That was, I think, the power of connectivity. When you go through it with someone, you go through a lot. And some things are good and some things are not. But with God, it strengthens you and puts you everything in together, His second point was the need of anatomy. And the definition of that is freedom of external control or influence and independence. See, I said I have notes, so if you hear me twisting, I was literally up almost in the dark reading and researching this. Like, God really had me on this for whatever reason he needs. He gets all glory. And as I said, they were searching for independence. Why kind of you were searching for independence when you didn't need to? But this is kind of a key point that I took from this. Something that Satan does, which, God tells you to do one thing, and he does it in everything, not even in relationships, our lady lives. God tell us to go right. Satan is going to come in and question what God has told us, and is going to suggest us to go left. And he's going to give us the ideas of why we need to go left instead of listening to what God said and to go right, which is the main reason why he got kicked out of heaven, because he wanted to be God and he couldn't be God. He was already the most beautifulest angels. Is that a word? Beautifulest? Forgive me. But he was. And he always does that. And this one was something as far as with him suggesting to Eve about the apple, and as I read in scripture, she told him that God said, don't eat it. We can't eat from that tree. So Adam did do his job. Adam told her what God said, don't do, So her question, as women, as we have our wonderful, curious minds, women, we think so much. And she was a thinker. And okay, I'm going to suggest it, like, the serpent came to her with good ideas, like why we need to, do this and why we don't need to do it. And Satan comes in to kill, steal, and destroy. And that really concludes a lot of what he came in to do. Think about it. If he hadn't came, we would not have death. We would not have horrible childbirth. We would not have to work for our food, work for survival. It would be automatically given to us. Just because of that disobedience, it produced a hard life, and I go into scripture with that, but this one was basically on the mind, the thinking of their relationship. And 3 was the importance of co-narration. And narration, of course, is the active process or an instance of narrating, acting out something. What I love how he ended it, he stated, love is a story we tell one another. It's a co-creation through co-narration, which is awesome, which is very true. So when you think about it, Adam and Eve was honestly our first true love story. And that is an awesome way of thinking about it. Think about their struggles that they went through, and their pain and their sorrow and their happiness. They started off joyful. Everything started off joy. Everything started off them being in love. And it kind of went to foe. So from the psychology perspective, you can kind of think about it, but in the spiritual way, there's another part to it. So let me pause this, which it probably won't pause, but I have to read you guys scriptures to coexist this so it can go together.